Once upon a time, there was a little bird called Makaya, and he could sing very beautifully. Every time he would start singing, all the animals in the forest stopped what they were doing and listened to the song. The beautiful melodies made them happy. Makaya lived in a nest on the top of a high tree. He never left the nest, although the other animals loved him very much and always wanted to play with him. Every time he was invited to play, Makaya politely refused to join them and stayed in the nest. One day, something unusual happened. Suddenly, the sky started to change, and soon big clouds covered the sun. Makaya was in his nest as usual, and from the top of the tree, he could see a furious storm was about to hit the forest and destroy all animals' houses. "Oh, I have to warn everybody," Makaya thought. "They are my friends, and I have to tell them about the storm coming. What would happen if they lose their homes?" "Quickly, quickly, Makaya," he said to himself. And although he himself was very scared of the storm, he started singing loud so as everybody could hear, even those who were deep asleep. Makaya sang and sang and sang until he almost lost his beautiful voice, but everybody knew there was a threat for the forest. In a while the storm hit and broke many trees, but the animals were safe, hidden in holes or caves. Their homes were also preserved. On the next day, when everything was calm again, the animals went out of their hidden places and gathered to thank Makaya. They were so grateful to him for saving the forest inhabitants. They went to the tree where Makaya lived and told him, "You saved our lives. Thank you from all our hearts. We want to throw a big party for you. Come down, play with us." Makaya has never done such a thing, coming down off the tree. But feeling how much they wanted him to come down, he finally decided to take the risk and leave the nest. Slowly he came down, and everybody could see Makaya was only half bird. His other half was a snake's tail. All the animals were shocked. Is it possible that the bird we all love and respect for what he did for us is such a weird creature? What is he, really? A bird or a snake? The animals got very scared with his body. They screamed and ran far and away. Poor Makaya, he got very sad and felt sorry for going out of the nest. Slowly, he climbed the tree, got back to his place, and decided not to go down ever again.
The experience was to watch a puppet show, going through an experience that promotes cooperation and experiencing motor difficulties. Another experience is to create a space for the children to explore the animals through their own bodies. You name an animal, and everybody in the circle makes that animal, using movements and sounds. The last one to experience is Makaya, that is the main character of the piece. As he is disabled, you ask the children to try a body, and the body that he has, that is half a bird and half a snake, and they move through the place like this, on the ground. Ask them to share on their experience on the difficulty to move and their feelings, how it was the activity, how they feel the others, emotions, talking about these kind of things. Then split them into pairs and ask for to do the same exercise as a pair. This time, one children is moving through space, and the other one is helping the other one, and make the other way in pairs. And later we ask how was the difference if it was easier or it was more difficult. Then the reflection is conversation after the puppet show, and explore how they are different from what we have as a general idea of an elephant, a camel, a turtle. So we arrive to the idea that all the animals are different, and not only Makaya is different. Especially give more time for them to get familiar with Makaya, the bird, to touch and explore his different body. Questions. What have we seen to resolve the story? Why do you think Makaya never left the nest? What do you think the animals felt about Makaya before he came down? Why did Makaya finally came down? Why do you think the animals ran away? How do you think Makaya felt when the animals ran away? Then the conversation after the exercise is, we make other questions like, how do you feel when you experienced being Makaya? Was there a difference between the first time you did the exercise alone and the second time with help? This one, the motor one, that they made like half a snake and half a bird. These two last questions. Then the part of the generalization, it's a conversation about their daily life. Do you know someone with physical disabilities? What kind of disabilities do you know have seen? Do you think your town has facilities to people that have motor difficulties? And how do you act with these people? We are talking only with disabilities because it's the issue we were talking about, but you can adapt this to all other differences, as gender, as color, race, as, I don't know, ideas, different ideas. Okay, and now planning to application to the future is facilitate conversation on the future behavior. So the question will be, what would you do when you see a person or a child with physical disabilities? How would you make sure they feel accepted? What would you say if there is someone who is not supportive of people with disabilities? What would you explain to them? Ask the children to take the puppets and finish the story. What would they do planning the animals who initially got scared of seeing Makaya? Facilitate a reflection on the ending. Why they accepted or they finally didn't accept him. Are you all happy with the ending? Why are you happy with this? And how do you think how do you think life in the forest will change with that ending?